That's right, Don. I'm up Pierce Park Lane in the Pierce Gulch area, and you can see those flames right behind me here, just coming over that hillside. And you guys can see one structure in the foreground right there that's looking like it's pretty close to those flames. And as you said, that call came in around 8:30 this evening. At this time, we've reached out to Boise Fire Department, but have not had any confirmation on the size of this fire, how it started, or if there's even any evacuations in place. Crews are still working to get that information for us. We'll bring you that information as soon as possible here. And of course, you can see those flames just coming over the hillside, really igniting this hillside on fire. We're getting a clear reminder that fire season is still very much active here in South Idaho in September. And of course, we'll have a full story on this on our website, 6onyourside.com. Be sure to stay with us. In Boise, I'm Michael Sevren, 6 on your side. Don, Michelle, you can still see the onion shed right behind me here, and construction workers I spoke to say they are lucky to be alive, and OSHA is investigating to find out what happened. That's right, Karen. The accident just happened right behind me here, and police tell me 11 people have been injured, including at least one child. I'm here on Buckstone Avenue, Meridian, and take a look behind me. This is one family who's gone all out for Christmas this year, and one local man has made it easier for all of us to find this house and more. That's right, guys. I'm here live here at the Boise Airport with Corporal Kevin Holtree, just returned from the hospital. Corporal, some people have been calling you a hero. What is your reaction?
I'm not a hero. I mean, I just was doing my job. That's what we were supposed to do.
Even the N-word has been scratched in multiple times. And I'm here with Kabroom. This is his wife's car right here. Kabroom, what is your reaction to this? Yeah, that's right, Roland. 170 tons per day. That's the amount Western Recycling says curbside programs bring in alone. But too much of that includes garbage that can't be recycled. In the end, it hurts recycling as a whole. Craters of the Moon National Monument is just a dot on the map for most people. But as I found out, for those that take time to stop and explore craters, they find a scenic landscape that promises the moon and delivers. Right now, this thermometer reads around 82 degrees, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get inside this car, close the door, and I'm going to watch the temperature rise as I roast. All right, 10 minutes have just passed, and as you can see, the thermometer is just touching that 100-degree mark, and oh my God, I am just dripping sweat. But experts tell me that if I was an infant, I'd be in a lot worse shape. While Jardo was killed in line of duty, officials say his name will not be added to the Idaho Peace Officers Memorial Rock in Meridian. Officials say that by federal criteria, this place is reserved for humans only. Vacant buildings are a common sight here on Arco's main drag. Locals say that turning Craters of the Moon into Idaho's first national park would help keep the town on the map. Bogus Basin officials tell me one problem they're having is this right behind me, an inversion. It's keeping the Treasure Valley cold and the mountain too warm to make snow. Falconry has deep roots to conservation. To this day, falconers are still working to protect not only the birds, but the lands they use to hunt. Hey everyone, Michael Sevren here, covering the March for Life here in downtown Boise. What happened here today, Charles?
At about 10:20 this morning, Boise Fire and Boise Police responded to a collision with a vehicle into a crowd is how it was dispatched.
So again, a number of people taken to the hospital here. Police say none of the injuries appear to be life-threatening.
Michael Sevren here near Lone Star Middle School in Nampa, where crews are trying to rescue a bird out of a tree.
Yay! Look at him! Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Probably overheated. We need to get it some water and stuff. So
Is it a falcon or a hawk?
it's a hawk.
It's a hawk. Fish and Game were able to get that hawk safely out of that tree that was caught up in kite string. And they say it's going to fly again, and it's a little thirsty, but overall it's going to be all right. Two Boise police officers are fighting for their lives after a shooting on the Boise bench. And earlier today, Chief Bill Bones of the Boise Police Department said that this is not just a tragedy for their department, but their community. Gunfire on the Boise bench. Chief Bill Bones confirming 2 officers and a police canine shot. The man they say pulled the trigger was dead on arrival at the hospital. Tonight, Chief Bones making an appeal to the community.
I would ask that the prayers of the citizens of Boise are out there tonight to our officers to make sure they come through this okay.
At last check, police say 1 officer is in surgery, another in the emergency room. The police dog, Jardo, was also shot and taken to a nearby vet. Veterinarians say he is in stable condition.
He's just coming out of surgery and so far is doing well.
The violence erupted near the intersection of Wilson and Irving Street. Police say they were searching for a wanted gunman. They blocked off the area and a SWAT team was called in. Authorities say they were searching a yard when gunfire broke out. A situation that has shaken the normally quiet community.
I had to go pick up my daughter from preschool, and as soon as I got home, I heard gunshots, about probably 15 gunshots and a bunch of yelling, and that was pretty freaky.
At the scene of the crime, investigators say the shooter was 33-year-old Marco Romero of Nampa. A man police say shot 2 people in Meridian and later carjacked an 89-year-old woman. And again, while Chief Bones is asking for the prayers from the public for those officers, he's telling the public to stay away from St. Al's so they don't interfere with doctors. And of course, we'll continue to update you as soon as we learn more on this developing story. Be sure to visit our website, 6onyourside.com. Reporting live from St. Alphonsus in Boise, I'm Michael Sevren, Fox 9 News at 9.
Taser, taser, taser.
This was the most painful 5 seconds of my entire life.
Step down. Step forward.
50,000 volts fired from a taser surging inside my body. Nampa police say they'll use a taser to stop a threat.
And that threat may be by word, deed, or action. That tool can stop them before it gets to the point where, unfortunately, we would have to use some sort of additional level of force.
It felt like my whole entire body was just frozen. I'm still shaking a little bit. During the Nampa Police Department's Public Safety Academy, other volunteers and myself got to feel what happens to a criminal that doesn't listen to an officer's demands. We got tased.
Taser, taser, taser.
Wherever the 2 probes hit, it causes the brain to lose control of the muscles in that area of the body, causing them to tense up for as long as the officer keeps his finger on the trigger. I tried to scream, yell, and I couldn't even talk and move. It was painful, we'll say about that, but like as soon as the arcing stopped, it felt great.
And that's what it's designed for, is just to give us the ability to control that subject or subdue them.
Currently, 35 officers with the Nampa Police Department carry tasers with them.
Taser, taser, taser.
But the department is working to get as many officers trained on them, so if an officer has to pick one up in the field, they'll know what to do. Felt terrible. Oh my God. Michael Sevren, Good Morning, Idaho. Inside Boise's Space Bar Arcade, classic video games like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong thrive. But there's a new game in town next to these oldies but goldies, made right here in Boise.
No! Oh my God!
Harambe Kong. You play as the famous gorilla and run and jump around to catch food for points with the hopes of getting a high score. But if you touch a kid, it's game over in a dramatic, bloody fashion.
It's a lot of fun. It's actually a really simple concept, but I'm entertained.
Programmer Tyler Sang has been working on the game in his free time for more than a year and partnered with his friend Zach and Spacebar to give it the full arcade experience, complete with a custom arcade cabinet.
It's fun. It's great to produce something that people enjoy. It does validate my work, and I want to continue that.
Tyler hopes to sell the game on the App Store and Xbox, but not everyone is as thrilled as Tyler. Some going as far as calling the game offensive, but others are on the fence.
I don't know, it's I guess too lifelike, while most arcade games are fictional. Like in Gauntlet, you're not running around. That didn't happen in the news, but this did.
While Tyler and Zach say they aren't trying to offend anyone, they're not shying away from the controversy. Tyler says he's using the game as a way for him to express his dislike for zoos, which grew from Harambe's death.
I think ultimately someone that's offended by this game maybe needs to question themselves a little bit, maybe question their morals. Why am I offended by a pixelated gorilla being shot?
There's a lot of video games out there that are politically incorrect. I think this is pretty tame considering a lot of the other more modern games with a lot more realistic violence.
One of the co-owners of Spacebar saying he does find the game provocative. Gamers are lining up for a chance to play it. Spacebar's plan to have a release party for the game Tuesday night.
It's a fun title, it's a fun game, and I think they did a great job with it.
Michael Sevren, 6 on Your Side.